our resources and how we've come together as fishermen, commercial fishermen. The issues are the same. The issues in the hunting area with access to the mountains, as well as the issues to the ocean, they're all the same. The rules and policies and regulations govern all of us. The process is the same. So the decision-making process is done for all of that. So for the land use of our island. And the reason we're here is because and we're here by ourselves, is for a voice. Correct me if I'm wrong, that we felt all these years we have not had a fair share of grassroots subsistence gathering voice in the process. Am I wrong?
You're right.
No?
You're right.
Okay, so that's our purpose for being here today. And our initiatives have always been, and this is something that I think is a really big issue since the Department of Interior has been here, in the Hawaiian, in our Hawaiian community. So if you notice that we're all here, we're not only Hawaiians. We participate in the resources and the land use that we have, and we want a part of the decision-making process. We want a part. We want to be at the decision-making table. And the only way we can do that is to challenge policies, rules, and regulations, and remind our government about the laws that protect us. I mean, they're in place already. So that's what our reason is for here. And I think we're all on the same page with that. In our native community, we have initiatives that are being done and I'm going to just kind of explain. In the box, within the parameters of the American government and the rules and the laws that they have, we have uncles and aunties that are working outside of the box, that are professing kingdom and in that area. Our organization has been working within the box. Am I wrong? Our organization's together working within the box, challenging policy, challenging the process. That's why I organized this meeting. And if I'm wrong, correct me. No? Okay.
Doing good. Keep
all right. So, I'm glad that you're all here, and I'm sure there will be others here, but we also have an organization here that has been promoting the idea of an alternative to prison, only because the disparities, the percentages and numbers of our Native people are the highest in incarceration. And they feel that the state hasn't been doing much about the healing and the numbers. They're still the same, if not worse, Native Hawaiian incarceration numbers. And they feel that they have a better program that could heal our Native prisoners and cut the percentage of recidivism. And that's what they're here to discuss. Is that good? All right. Joe, anything to say? No? Okay. And then, so the first half, Joe is going to facilitate, and then we're going to open for discussion. And the videotaping is done by Camille Stafford and Carrie Marks.
Hey guys, while we're here, Luke is taking his time to come and talk to us. If you have questions, just make it short, make it respectful. He's taking the time to come here and listen to the issues that nobody really wants to give us time to talk to and hear what we have to say. Duke, I spoke with him in Kauai when I was working up there a week and a half ago, and straight to the answer. Gives you the straight scoop, tells you exactly what's going on. I like that. No beating around the bush. If he becomes governor, we'll be looking at my issues with the watershed, game management, reassessing lands that they've already taken from us, working with the GMAC group, which is very important that we passed in the county council. A lot of you guys voted on it. There's 39,000 people on this island here voted for that. So anybody running for a governor's race understands 39,000 people, that's huge, guys. It's huge. It means the voice of Hawaii is huge. And we're waiting for he or she to stand up, take control, be the director, direct the music, make it happen. So when Duke comes here today, I think we're going to hear what he has to say. And I did speak with him, and that's why we're here putting on this presentation. And I think you guys are going to be happy with what Duke's got to say. So keep it short, keep it sweet, keep it very respectful, guys. We got kids here, we got women here. Let's get our points across and move from here. Thanks, guys.
Patrick, do you want to say anything? We have Patrick, who's lending in his facility for our time at Duke.
Well, I think you said it all. Duke's going to be here to listen to you folks, and if he has enough time that he can answer a few things, he will, I'm sure. And Elwood will be here too, so you've got both of them coming over here. Okay, if it's important to you, it's important to do. So hopefully everything will go good.
Can we do introductions since we're here? And I'll start trying to explain your affiliation and what organization you represent. Terry, not the other.
Eat it.
Aloha, I am May Liliko Kalani Ross. I represent the Ohana o Hawaii, sovereign nation to the Kingdom of Hawaii, genealogical landmarks.
Aloha, Jim Albertini, Maluaina and Ohana Ho'opakele.
Aloha, I'm Ron Fujiyoshi. I'm actually a pastor of the Ola First Hawaiian Church, but I believe that I should be supporting Native Hawaiian rights, gathering rights, hunters' rights on the land. So was testified at the game management for the game management plan. But I'm the treasurer of Ohana Ho'opakele, and we're trying to build Puhonua as an alternative to prison. And when Duke was lieutenant governor, we had opportunity to go and had a good visit with him, so I'm hoping he remembers. And we asked him support the Puhonua, and at that time he said, let me think about it. So we gave him time to think, so let's hoping that he's gonna jump on board and help do that. He has a background to bring the changes in the criminal justice system, and so he would be a great person to lead that. Thank you.
I'm Bernie Gillis. I just come and help support Terry.
Name is Gino Inocencio. I have Kalala Ranch and Victory Gardens. It's right by Wainaku Street, by close to the border, Monterey area. We train kids in agriculture, animal science, and aqua sciences, and anybody interested in learning how to survive and learn life skills at our ranch. So that's me, my sons, and then the rest of Ohana.
Carrie Marks, I'm with Occupy Hawaii, Occupy Hilo media team. We post stuff on YouTube. Thanks everybody for sharing our videos. And thank you everybody for speaking loudly. That fan back there is really loud.
Dustin Wamar, local hunter and supporter of Papamu and GMAT.
Tom Lodge, I'm the current chair of the Hawaii County Game Management Advisory Commission, and we're here because we have an interest in the resources of Hawaii, and these animals and everything we have here are natural resources that should be protected. That's what we're here. Thank you.
Rita Lodge, I'm just with him.
Curtis Matos, Nogai Ranch and Matos Electric. I'm just here for agriculture as well as the management and so forth.
Hi, good evening. My name is Kyle Swarth with BK Livestock Company in the District of Code and in Templeton, California.
Hi, I'm Jason Komodo, and I'm a third generation hunter and continue to support the hunters and fishermen. Good evening, Mark Spade. I'm an outdoorsman, sportsman, Hawaii sportsman, and I'm here for generations later. It's my son, Braden. That's what we're here for.
Oh, Jody Rivera, sorry. Good friend of Joe Griffin's for over 20 years. Big hunter, fisherman. And I just want to support our land. Keep it open for the next generations to come. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Neil Squirrel, and I'd like everybody to try to support for our next generation hunting and fishing.
Basically, Ram Antonio, supporting the next generation of hunter and fishermen.
Thank you.
Ivan Gold, supporting the hunters. Stevie Cruz, supporting the hunters.
Yenira Kuikahi, Terry's cousin, I'm here to support her, the hunters and the fishermen.
I just wanted to say, first of all, aloha, and I apologize for being late. Blame Hawaiian Air. No, I'm serious. I mean, they always say about how they're always on time, right? So we were supposed to leave at 3:30, and we ended up leaving at about 4:15. So that's the only reason I'm late. And I realized that this was scheduled 4 o'clock, and so I apologize. And so you got me. Don't worry about the time. Just do what you got to do, and I'll do the best I can. Thank you.
You guys ready?
Yeah, you come in, sit, come in. Get me nervous when you guys stand there.
You guys are ready? Okay guys, first topic, we're going to talk about watershed. Luke and I had a chance to speak over in Hawaii a week and a half ago doing this fundraising over there. So, the state of Hawaii did a state aquifer research in 2008. And that aquifer research, it showed that they needed to save the Hawaii's resource of water. So they came out with their aquifer research, and in their plan, they came out with the rainfalls of the forest. The rainfalls of the forest, they wanted to increase 5% of our watersheds. And that 5% of the watersheds equal $36 million a year. For 10 years, $360 million. Now they had a coalition group, Nature Conservancy, Sierra Club, Audubon Society, DNR, NARS, all the same people that we've seen over the years that have taken all the land statewide. That same coalition group is now doing the Rainfalls of the Forest program. Well, with that Rainfalls of Forest program, just here on the Big Island, we lose from Kohala to Waipio 480,000 acres. With Waipio and Waimalu Valley completely fenced and eradicated. That there is 161 miles, approximately $500,000 per mile. You times that by 161, you're looking at about $80 million just for that one project. What they didn't tell us statewide, they weren't transparent with us, they didn't tell us that in that Rainfalls of the Forest program, as money's available, it's every forest in the state of Hawaii, statewide. So once they finish their 10-year program, they're going to move to every forest in the state of Hawaii, as money's available. So we had a GMAC meeting with Tom, and a lot of us guys were there. In September of 2013, Chair Isla came. He's the head of DNR. We asked Chair Isla at that time to see their books, and he showed us that. He showed us that we lose every forest statewide. So when we presented the federal aquifer researches of 2011, They show that we have more water resources in the state of Hawaii than we ever knew that we had. So far, all they've done is they've restructured. They're going to call it now the Aloha Challenge. So by calling it the Aloha Challenge, by restructuring, they want to keep that money together to do these fencing and eradication programs. So that's the first question I wanted to ask Duke about with the watersheds, is when he becomes governor, to either repeal it, put a moratorium on it, or just straight get rid of it. The other part I wanted to talk about was reassessing the lands. Reassessing the lands would be, when we did the other GMAC meeting about 2 months ago, they have a new access manager. Well, he's looking for new hunting grounds for us. Well, we have more grounds on this island that's already been taken, fenced, and eradicated. They came in with their EAs, they wrote them, they took the land, they eradicated it. We can go back through those lands, reassess it, fence it correctly the way it needs to be fenced with a game management plan. Not a game management area, guys, game management plan statewide. By doing that statewide, then you'll have the animal, the hunter, gatherer, whoever you use to use that forest to coexist with the land. So these are the questions I wanted to ask Duke about, and also with our game management plan. Not having environmentalists up there doing the game management plan. We need people who are users of the forest. We need people who know our ecosystem here, that know from this island, Maui, Kauai, Molokai, Honolulu, wherever you're from, you're going to know what animals belong in that forest. And with the biologist's help, you'll tell us how much pig, goat, sheep, cattle, and deer can sustain that land. And by Duke being the governor, he'll be the director of the music, he direct the music, he has his advisors in place. When these things happen, he can look at it and get it done right. The way the administration is going now with this watershed bill, we're done. It's every forest in the state of Hawaii. We lose everything, guys.
Yes. Make a comment on going back to your original on the watershed. Almost called the governor.
You can't.
The study that he mentioned, that 2011 study, indicated that you could replace every non-native tree in that forest with a native tree, and you would have a 5% recharge increase of the water. And basically what they're also saying is that in that same study is that agricultural lands and farmlands and other lands that are out there that don't have a lot of these trees, and their argument is the transpiration. Well, we don't have surface water. Our water is artesian, 2,000 feet down in the ground. So it's a phony argument to begin with. But you could replace every one of our non-native with native trees and have a 5% increase, overall. Half of our rain, and this is during the drought, 2011, half of our rain goes into recharge. God knows where it is today. We have more water. We have more water here if we stop raining for probably 2 years.
You guys want to maybe, I've actually had discussions with both of these men over here. Can't remember how long ago, it was a month ago, or a couple of weeks ago, 3 weeks ago. So it's not like I don't know the issues in regards to what they're asking me now, but I haven't heard Terry yet, so I don't know if you want to kind of go through the cycle, and then I can kind of respond at the end, because I think what I have to say is I can will be an answer to probably all of your concerns that you have. So.
I just want to touch on real briefly. It kind of piggybacks on what Joe was talking about. When the watershed projects were proposed, there wasn't obviously community input on the level I think that we need to have as a state. Hawaii seems to be that, me being born and raised on Oahu, but I've living on it since 1966, going back and forth in the farming and ranching business on small scales, and in '94 we took on a little larger operation in the district of Kauai after the sugar plantation closed. So that's where I kind of really started to learn about the public lands. And when Joe mentions about the forest, you need to clearly remember that public lands is what state lands are. They belong to us. And the unique part of our water code is that it is held in trust for the people of Hawaii. But there was no end use description on these proposals about increasing the watershed is a great thing. But what is our end use plan? And as a retired longshoreman from Matson, I worked 27 years on the waterfront. I clearly understand we have no food supply. When you see sprinklers in irrigated agriculture, that is agriculture. You cannot say we had a wet year, we had a dry year, we had a wet year. That's not a sustainable food supply. So what I'd like to just extend a little bit to Duke and not drag on too much is that we have a problem, obviously, with DLNR and the forestry and the water commission. And like Tom mentioned about surface water, and they talked about the Clean Water Act, and as to why we have to abandon surface water. Well, the Sacramento Delta comes out of Oregon, the Klamath Basin goes all the way down to San Diego. So for my 20 years in the ranching business, this was to create a quiet period of sharing knowledge so that people just don't have the knowledge to know what surface water importance is in the state of Hawaii, both to our oceans as fishermen and gatherers on the ocean, fresh water coming into the ocean. And we had went to a meeting at DLNR in Honolulu regarding a plantation tunnel in Hilo that gives out 500 GPM, that's gallons a minute, in the worst drought in Hawaii's history. The plantation drilled the riverbed and dynamited the riverbed, which is almost smooth like this slab here, for the water to go underground. So we lose all of that water as a coastal resource for our natural habitats that are there. The Nature Conservancy owns that, where that land sits today. They have not let anybody take any water from there. They did approve a pipeline, but what I'm using this as an example of is what Hawaii needs is we have to identify our public lands. Look at the tenures of the leases that each of those have. The lands that are sitting in revocable permits, the revocable permit process is kind of like what you saw with Hawaiian Homes and the controversy with Solomon and the revocable permits that she had, and not being able to put Hawaiians long term on parcels of land. The DLNR lands are the same thing, only a lot more raw. So the access and the uses of state lands involves fishermen, hunters on the coastal side, and Malco. But the watershed issue is a human need that we have to have and expand greatly on, because we don't have a food supply. We're looking at martial law, which can happen very, very shortly, because we have no food supply. So I just wanted to extend that in a short way to Duke that we somehow can put together a collective plan as to how we can really utilize our public lands and have a say and transparency so that we can educate each other in all the different